This is Stephen Hatch with Grow 212. Wanted to share with you some marketing ideas to help maximize your impact in using Facebook advertising, and then also some ideas to help minimize the cost of reaching out to these individuals that you're marketing to. By combining these two components, you can get the best outreach as well as impact in your marketing campaigns. So let me just get you started here real quick. So in your Facebook page, if you'll go right over to this little down arrow, click on that and go down to Create Ads. This is where you'll begin the magic. Now there are options in there where you can boost an ad, and that is an effective way, and you can do some of the things that you can do in creating ads. It still leaves a lot on the table. When you actually go in and actually create ads in Facebook using the Ads Manager, it gives you more reports and better use of that ad over time. So I do recommend that you get comfortable with it, and it gives you the full capacity and full impact of marketing using Facebook. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and I have an ad I had been working on that I didn't finish. That's why it brought up that window. But this is the first page that it brings it up when you create an ad for the first time. So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to switch to the account I want to. Okay, I'm working into that. That's perfect. And that's great there. Okay. So the first thing that we want to do is just understand the flow of creating an ad. It's a little confusing when you first look at it, but when you understand, and I'll explain this clearly for you, it is really actually quite an easy process to go through it. So creating an ad actually has three different sections that we work through. Number one is identifying our campaign, and this is kind of the top level. From an ad campaign, we go down to create ad sets, which identifies our audience or who we're marketing to specifically, our placements, where are we going to place those ads in Facebook, and then how much do we want to spend and when do we want to run those ads. That's defined as our ad set. Then we get down to the individual ad, which identifies our format, the media that we want to put in, which is the videos or the pictures, and then any additional creative, which would be comments and such like that. So we start at the global, break it down to a regional, and then down to a local. So just kind of looking at it from that kind of aspect. We start big, define what we want to do, start to break it down to whom we want to provide the marketing to, and then how do we deliver the message and what is the message. Okay, so the first thing, objective, is highlighted here in our campaign, and that's what's shown over here. So we have campaign, choose your objective. And Facebook is amazing. You can identify what you want the customer to do with your ads, and Facebook will identify people who have a higher potential of doing that which you're seeking. So for the majority of ads that you're going to be doing, I'm going to recommend that you do engagement. And if you have any question as to what any of these objectives do, just hold your mouse over the little I. Engagement will get more post engagement, page likes, event responses, and offer claims. This is the one that I have seen the majority of people use as they're working to promote their hardware store and the activities and promotions that they're running there. So I'm going to go ahead and choose engagement. Now once I click on engagement, it'll bring up this little menu down here. And page likes is an area that I really like to emphasize. To me, I'm creating a long-term following. I want to create a top-of-mind awareness in the people that I'm marketing to, because when the emergency day happens, when they have the flood in the basement or the toilet is broken or they need something from a hardware store, I want them to think of me first. And so I'm trying to get an engagement with them over time by having multiple posts and ads go out to them so that they see those, and then when they really need me, they're thinking of me first. So by doing page likes, it also gives me free connection to them as I post other content on my Facebook page. It gives an increased potential of them seeing my advertisements and my posts for free, which is always a good thing. So I tend to work in that frequently. Now another fun thing here is create a split test. And what that means is you're going to create two separate ads down here in the ad level, and you're going to compare them to each other to see which has a better impact. So when you create an A/B test, you'll change one aspect of your ad, whether it's the picture, that's on the ad, whether it's the headline. You pick one thing and then measure it against the other one to see which has the bigger draw. Now, a lot of great marketers will actually do this. They'll spend just $5, $10 on an ad and see if one will outdraw the other. And if so, then they'll put their money on the ad that's doing the best engagement. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and test or write this one as a test engagement for Facebook, and I'll go ahead and click continue. So when I click continue, it drops me down into ad set, and we start with page. So I manage several different pages. I'm just going to play in this one right here, Stephen Hatch Creative, and you would select the page that you're promoting, and that's where the message would be come from and all the information communicated back to. Now here's where it really starts to get powerful, is identifying your audience. Again, Facebook has so much information about the behaviors of the people that have Facebook accounts, and this really works to our advantage because we can go out and really identify who we're looking for. So let me start by, I'm going to delete just looking at the United States, and I live in Idaho Falls. So I'm going to pick Idaho Falls as my area, and I'm going to zoom in and actually click on a specific location. So I'm going to say drop pin, and I want to drop it right there. So now I have my pin placed at my location, and I'm going to take a 10-mile radius from that location because that's where the majority of my business comes and where I really want to focus my marketing to. So I can really attack a geographic area that just is really narrowed down to who my customer is and who is most likely going to come and visit me at my store. Okay, so now I have my location selected. Next is age. The majority of people that are going to come and see me start at about age 24 and go up over 65. And I'm getting men and women both. And see, over time, you can watch the response of the ads to see who's responding the most to your ads and start to market more and more to that potential buyer. And what this really does is it benefits you in the cost, because if you're spending $20 a week on promoting a Facebook ad, for example, every ad you send, you want to go to the individual who will most likely act on that ad or that post. And so by identifying and understanding who your customer is, you can go ahead and really dial in these ads. Now here's where it really starts to get fun. So in a previous ad, I had these portrait photographers, nature photographer, photography. It was a photography ad I was building under Stephen Hatch Creative. But I want to include people who match at least one of the following. So the first thing it narrows down is geographic location. Next is age range. Next is gender. Now down to my detailed targeting. Now watch how powerful this is. What if I type in here, home repair? It brings up people who have interest in home repair. And look, there's a total of 3.5 million people who have interest in home repair. So I'm going to add that. Now read this carefully right here. Include people who match at least one of the following. So home repair is a good one. How about home improvement? Home improvement behaviors. Ooh, love that. So 100 million people in the United States love home improvement, but that'll be narrowed down by my geographic location up here and my age and gender selections. So now anybody who is interested in home improvement or home repair and lives within this geographic boundary and is in this age range will receive an ad from me. In addition to that, let's try, how about this? What if you have a Home Depot in your neighborhood and we can click on that one? So if somebody likes to follow Home Depot, what if we targeted them as well? So now we can actually identify even competitors and market to their clientele as well. So it really becomes powerful, the things you can do. How about gardening? Gardening, people who are interested in gardening. So now I have all of these criteria. If my people have at least interest in one of these and fit within this criteria up here, they will be targeted to receive my ad. Now we can narrow this down even further. So if I go outside of this box and I go to narrow audience, I can also say must also match at least one of the following. Let's say that they have to be a do-it-yourselfer. Let's see if there's anything like that. DIYers, behaviors. Ooh, look at that, 41 million people like that. Now an interesting thing over here on this side of the screen, it'll show you that I've narrowed down my search to 11,000 people. And this is good because the more narrow I target, the more specific my ad can be, and I can really maximize my ad spend to go to the person that most likely is going to act on my ad. So think creative about how you're doing this. You can narrow it down, you can eliminate options. So for example, I can go over here and say exclude people who like Lowe's home improvement. There it is right there, Lowe's. Let's say for some reason that was just the criteria we wanted. So if anybody fit these categories up here, but they also liked Lowe's, it would exclude them. So think creatively of how you can narrow down an audience to be specifically what you want. Now, if they like Lowe's, I actually want to include them. So I'm actually going to go back up here and put them up here in this one. So like Lowe's. Okay, there we go. We got that now. So now I have a nice 11,000 people to market to. And we go down to connections. Exclude people who like your own page. This is important because you don't want to spend money on people who already like you to try and get new people to like you. So go ahead and click that one as well. So now I can click on Save This Audience. And right here I can click on this and rename it so it's my test audience. And see how it keeps all the criteria in here? So I can say, let's just say 24 plus for age with specific interests. And then I'll still be able to see all this stuff. So now I have a named audience I can use in the future. Okay, so we've worked down through page, audience, and placements. And placements, I tend to let Facebook automatically place them because it does a pretty good job. And it gets a little more complex when you get into editing placements. So you can experiment with that, but I've had pretty good success in just going with the automatic. Now talking about budget and schedule. You have two different options, daily budget and lifetime budget. I like to do a lifetime budget because I know it has a termination and an ending point. So, we give you 5 to 7 new videos every month, and if you just put $20 per video ad, that really gives a big exposure to a large group of people. So $20 is a great place to start. If you see you're getting great return on a video, go ahead and add more money to that to really get the market penetration that you're looking for. So I'm going to start tomorrow, and since I'm doing deals or bargains of the month, I want it to end on the last day of the month. So I'll just run this for a couple of weeks, and I'm ready to continue to the next page. So that takes me now down into my ad. So now our format, this is where we get to choose a single image. So if you have like excess inventory and you want to run a big sale on it, you can pick an image and upload it to run on your ad. Single video. Video is still the #1 returning option in promoting Facebook. So use video whenever you can. People just really stick to video. It is truly, truly, really powerful. So now you can either upload a video or you can browse your library. If you've already uploaded this video to your Facebook account, you can just actually go to it and pull it from there. I do like to pull straight out of my browse library because if I post it on my wall, it allows all the people who like me to see it automatically, and now I can pull it in and use it for an ad on top of that. So I'm going to browse my library. I'm going to pull up this little promo that we did for an event up in West Yellowstone. And now it allows you to choose an image to represent that video on your Facebook page, your thumbnail. So Facebook does not like text on a page. So if you can find something that looks great, that's intriguing, such as this black and white photo, but doesn't have text on it, it can increase your placements as well. Okay, so we're going to run with that. And now we get down into the text, and this shows what the ad is going to look like. So under the mobile news feed, this is what my ad will look like. It'll show my web page here, or excuse me, my Facebook profile here, and the text right here, that is replaced right here. And the text is all located. We provide some sample text for you to use, and so you can copy that out of the emails that we send with the videos. Just copy it and paste it right into this section right here, and that'll replicate right here. And once you have that done, we confirm, and we move on, and it goes through the approval process, and then it's ready to go live based off of your schedule. So that's kind of a quick overview of running a custom ad. Now, once you have an ad already running, if you go back here under Ads Manager, actually, let me take you back to the Facebook page and show you. I'm going to leave this page. I'm not going to run that ad because I don't have anything to promote. But if I go back to here, I can also manage ads. So this is back on my Facebook page. If I go to manage ads, it'll now show my account. It'll bring up the ads that I have run in the past. And here's my campaigns, my ad sets, and my individual ads. And so here's this one, for example, that I ran. I spent $20. I think this was just last week that I ran it. And had over 2,000 people for $20 react to my page. And so that was just a penny per result, which was fantastic. And it got in front of 12,000 people. So can you get a large impact with a small amount sent? Yeah, you can. So play with it and work with it. But you can actually view charts and see the individual activity. Look at the demographics, the days that it happened. See, I had mostly women, in fact, all women for this particular ad I ran. And placement, it'll show you Instagram was my biggest result on this particular ad. And by the way, Instagram is one of the options connected with Facebook because they are associated and owned under the same ownership. So you do get the benefit of Instagram as well as Facebook as you're running your ad campaigns. Okay, so this will get you a great start. Definitely do this. This is really a leverage into your current and future business. Getting into the social media market is a big deal, and that's really where the current and future marketing and results are in businesses. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach back out to me. I will most likely have attached this via email, so you can respond back via email if you have any questions. But success to you in your marketing.